Hello. This is just a quick little video to help out with layout arrangements, but hopefully it will be useful to some of you. I was recently asked by a friend how I work out where to put the stickers in my slides, so I thought I would make this to share a few pointers. I'm afraid some of the layouts don't leave space for me to put the text on the screen, but I have tried to include it as much as I can. I hope that's okay. First, we'll start with the basic rule of thirds. Apparently, the human eye likes arrangements in thirds, so here we've split the page into 3 horizontal bars of equal height. Vertical bars work just as well. In fact, I think I might prefer them, especially when your page itself is wider than it is tall. Here, I've taken the 3 horizontal stripes from before and halved their width so that they cover exactly half the page. This is a good layout for if you have a lot of text. Likewise, the vertical stripes also make for a good layout when halved. This works especially well if you have 3 key images that you would like to include. Here's where we can start to get a bit more creative though. I've taken the horizontal stripes again, and I'm splitting them across diagonally to form a triangle. Mirror your triangle, and you end up with a layout like this. This can work really nicely if you're using large images like florals in the purple corners. Working with our vertical stripes again, I've halved the width of one of them to give myself another measurement to work with. Using the new measurement, we can make narrow stripes that cover 1/6 of the width of the page. This is a nicely balanced layout for when you want to keep things simple. Don't be afraid to mix and match your shapes though. There are a lot of different combinations you can make with these. Another thing I should mention though is layers. By working with multiple layers, moving things to the foreground or background of the image can give you a lot more freedom. I can fit a lot more text in this layout than the previous one, but can still include an image in the purple triangle if I want to. Here I've combined both the narrow and wide vertical stripes, but placed the wider one behind my text box. And here I have used the 3 horizontal stripes from the beginning and removed the middle one. Note that I have moved the text box into the middle here though. In the previous example it was moved to the right because of the narrow stripe. This works nicely with the wide vertical stripes too. Lastly, we're going to make this checkerboard effect by splitting the wide vertical stripes in half. This gives you some key locations on your page, and can be done using the horizontal stripes instead, but I like this version a bit more. You can remove some of your checkerboard squares to give more options for your corners. And remember that your text box doesn't always have to be in front. If you're using images with a lot of see-through areas, it can be nice to put them in front instead. And here I've combined a bit of everything. Can you tell how this layout was made? After a while, you'll start to guess these sorts of measurements by eye, but it can still be helpful to draw them in sometimes if you're having trouble, or something doesn't look quite right. If you're working digitally, software that will draw your guidelines in while you work can make things a lot easier, so free programs like Canva can be especially useful. For pen and paper, dotted or graph paper will also help. I'd like to clarify though, that these are only guidelines, and are by no means hard rules. I hope they are helpful to you, but please feel free to work however you like. Anyway, that's all from me for today. Catch you next time.